Sometimes people have to go into hospital in an emergency or if they're very ill. Perhaps you've been into hospital. The doctors have to make some difficult decisions about you. Things like different treatments, medicines, and even what you eat and drink. They will always try to find out what's important to you and any fears you might have. You can tell health and care workers what matters to you if there's an emergency, or if you're very ill and don't have long to live. This is called a respect conversation. In the respect conversation, you make a respect plan. This is an emergency plan. You and health and care workers do this together. Respect is a way of making sure that health care workers know what matters to you if you're very ill and unable to tell them yourself. How are you?
Still thinking about those results.
I know. How are you feeling?
I'm going to die, but I'm okay.
Do you feel ready to talk about it now?
Yes, I want to know what will happen.
I understand. Do you remember we talked about this last time I was here? We talked about making a respect plan so that your doctors and nurses will know any fears you have and what's important to you.
I think I remember.
Conversations about what you want to happen at the end of your life can be upsetting, but it is important to think about it. Often you will talk with a healthcare professional about this more than once.
Can you tell me again?
The main thing is you and I talk about what's important to you and any fears you may have. I'll write it down, and then if you become really unwell and can't tell us those things, then we'll know.
What do you mean?
Let's talk about pain and how we'll manage that. What pain do you have now?
It doesn't hurt too much.
That's good. We'll need to think about what happens if you get any problems towards the
I
end.
don't want it to hurt.
I know. Lots of people worry about pain, but it's very unlikely, and we'll treat any pain if that happens.
I like that.
Towards the end, your body will gradually start to slow down, and you may not want to eat as much, and you may not be thirsty. That's a normal part of the dying process.
That's quite scary.
I know. Take your time to think about this. We can talk about it again if you aren't ready now.
I think I remember. If I can't eat and drink, don't help me.
When having a respect conversation, the health and care workers will want to know what's most important to you. Some of these conversations can be very scary and quite sad, but everyone needs to know the things that are important to you and the things that you fear.
Do I have to go into a hospital?
Would you prefer not to?
I don't want to go to a hospital. I prefer to be in here.
Okay, I understand that. We'll have to put some things in place, but if that's important to you, we'll have a look into it. I'll also write it on the respect form, so everyone will know that you prefer to be here.
The healthcare professional will talk to you about lots of things that will affect your medical care, and you can ask lots of questions.
There are some parts of the plan we need to talk to your doctor about. We have a meeting with your hospital doctor next week, haven't we?
Dr. Miles.
That's right, Dr. Miles.
He says I can call him Roger.
That's nice. I think we should ask Roger about any possible treatments or medications, so you can talk to him about them before you need them. How do you feel about doing that next week?
Okay, I like Roger.
The person having the respect conversation with you should talk to expert doctors as well.
We need to talk about CPR. That stands for cardiopulmonary resuscitation, but we can call it CPR. Do you know what that is? That's right. CPR is when someone tries to restart your heart or your breathing. How do you feel about the doctor trying CPR if your heart stops or your breathing stops?
it won't make me better.
No, it won't.
I don't think so. No CPR. When it's my time, it's my time.
The healthcare worker will write down the information about CPR and answer your questions about it.
I hope it helps that we talked about some really important things today. We need to talk to Dr. Miles, Roger, and then I'll update the electronic record system so everyone will know what we've talked about.
Can we talk again?
Absolutely. We can talk about this again whenever you want. When we've discussed what's most important to you, we'll need to let people know that we've had this conversation, and we'll also need to tell them where this form is. Should we put it here?
Yes.
We'll need to let people know where it is so it's easy to find if the ambulance people come.
Who should we tell?
We can tell your carers and your daughter, but she doesn't live near, does she?
Not very far. We could tell Maggie.
Maggie, your neighbour who does the shopping?
Yes, they got me this shirt.
That's smart. Maggie seems like a good friend.
Once you've had the conversation and filled in the form, make sure people know where it is and it's easy to find. If you want to find out more, you can visit the Respect website where you will find videos, advice and education support.